Welcome everybody to US Bank Stadium, where we are set to play off against the Atlanta Falcons. And luckily for you all, last season OBS decided that you didn't need to watch the Falcons game. It kind of deleted most of the footage from that game. We didn't get to watch it, but it was a bad game for us. So not only is this an important game this year, but also a little bit from last year, a bit of a revenge game. Sam Darnold, the quarterback for the Falcons, okay season so far, about 2,000 passing yards, 14 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, so 2-to-1 ratio there. Of course, we have some guys on our side who can force the turnovers. We've forced a few interceptions already this year. Would like to see that continue here. First play goes to the outside, not going anywhere. That is Henderson Jr. brought down by a pack of Vikings there. And also, you have seen that we brought back Cordell Patterson this year after all the injuries that we had to our running backs. So also a bit of a revenge game for him as well, as he played in Atlanta. I think at this point in this series, it would be 2 to 3 years ago at this point. But yeah, so a bit of a revenge game for him. He'll definitely still see the field for a bit of time as well. We did get back Royce Freeman, so we'll see him a bit in the power forms. But yeah, we're going to see a nice blend of the running backs as the defense gets a nice stop here on the third down, 4th and 5. They'll be punting the ball away. And the offense takes the field for the first time today. You're going to see a lot of Cordell Patterson in the shotgun formation. Still, he's our best third down running back, and shotgun, they count as third down kind of formation. So see a lot of him there, and then a mixture of both Nwangwu and Freeman in basically all the other formations. And Nwangwu will get the main carries, and then Freeman will be a good substitute for him. A little bit of a speed and power kind of situation, as Nwangwu goes for 20 on his first carry. And of course, we still want to keep the passing game in this. Would like to see Saunders make some improvements this year, limit some interceptions, some turnovers. Honestly, if the touchdowns stay at the same level, that's fine. Just want to limit those turnovers. There is a flag here on this play. Going to believe this is holding. Yep, that is going to be holding. So it's going to back us up for a 1st and 20. So on 1st and long here, going to come out in the doubles to both sides. So Flanagan, basically, he counts as a receiver. He was our leading touchdown receptionist last year. He gets the ball here on 1st down, and we convert that 1st and 20 for a 1st down to the 26. And believe it or not, I know I've drafted 2 tight ends in a previous draft. There's another one that looks very intriguing in this upcoming draft, as we're just going to roll it here and toss this one away. They still get the hit on Saunders, but we are at least going to avoid the interception. But yeah, there's a tight end that's late, a third day type of guy who has some really good ability. So you guys will get to see him at the beginning of the next episode. We'll have a scouting special at the beginning of the next episode. We're going to be getting into week 10. That's what our bye week is. We're going to go for touchdown Jefferson. They only had one guy carried over on the slants. We go for the deeper guy, and we are in, putting us up 7-0 with about halfway of the first quarter still to go. But yes, as I was saying before, we get that touchdown to Jefferson on the slant route. We will be doing a scouting special at the beginning of the next episode. Next episode will be a combination, as they get a nice pass there. Had a couple different levels set up that kind of made it difficult for the coverage. But yeah, we will be doing week 10 and week 11 next week. We have a week 10 bye, or not next week, next episode. We have a bye for week 10. So when we go through that, I'll do the scouting update. Take a look at as they get a okay run down the middle. Gain of, I think, 2, maybe 3. But we'll take a look at all the guys I've had favorited. It changes a little bit as we get some more information from them, but we need to find 3 guys of which we want to have our focus scouting on, as Ward gets the tackle here on Kyle Pitts after he gains the 1st down. Yeah, the first draft was a bit more about the offense. We got guys like Saunders, Flanagan, also Dalton Smith, and some backup offensive line, as well as we missed the sack there with the Hunter, but Graves is in for, I believe, his first official sack of his NFL career. I don't believe he's gotten one before. He's come close, but he gets his first one here, week 9 against the Falcons. Would like to see a few more from him to finish out the rest of this season. Have plenty of games left for him to get more. Would like to see him turn up the second half, really help out in his overall progression as they're going to go deep. Try to get Joyner back in time to knock it away. He's a bit too slow. Kyle Fuller eventually brings him down, but they're all the way down to the 5. And that was Godwin on the reception. So need to keep an eye out on him. It's a really good receiver for the Falcons here as they get some nice blocking. Set a huge hole, and that's going to be a rushing touchdown here. Number 7 going to tie the game 7-7. But yeah, as I was trying to say there, the first draft was really more offensive based. Second draft, more defensive based. We're going to get Thielen here on the slant. He gets us down to about the 47. Good chunk play there. But yeah, so we've had an offensive draft. We've had a defensive draft. This next draft is most likely going to kind of be a bit of a first come, first serve, best available kind of a thing. Flanagan doesn't hold on to the ball. Ends up being broken up there by Deion Jones. But yeah, we're going to most likely be going for best available. We have a bunch of positions we could use help at on both sides of the ball. As the first carry or second carry for Cordero Patterson there only goes for a gain of about 3 in the first quarter. Hits the end, so we'll jump back into the second quarter. Yeah, so that's the kind of goal really for the next draft here. I'm going to send Cordero Patterson on a streak route, see if we get lucky there. Safety goes on a blitz. He doesn't really have the speed, and that's not who I threw it to. Luckily, it doesn't go anywhere. I hit B to throw it to Chark, but maybe I fat-fingered a different button and ended up throwing it to Cordero because that was a accurate pass for him at least. And it is a bit early in the game to be going for it, but the way that they have everyone set up here, I kind of want to go for it. Just the way or positioning that we are in the field. We get it to Thielen close to the first down. I'm not sure they're going to give him the spot. And the defense is celebrating. I'm assuming this is a turnover on downs. And they do call it turnover on downs. Came up just a few inches shy. But yeah, that's one of the positions that unfortunately we might need to be looking at in this next draft as they get almost a really nice completion on Ward, who we brought in this last offseason. But yeah, some of the positions that we're looking at just strictly due to age at the position currently is receiver, also safeties. The safeties in this class, though, not good and not very good coverage there. Kind of found the soft spot in the cover 3 there. But yeah, this draft not very high when it comes to safety, so might need to be something else. We get a nice spot. I think that was by Daniil. Going to bring up a 4th and inches. We'll watch this one just in case they go for it. Also, it could be a deep kick here, so looks like that'll just go out of bounds. But yeah, we're going to need to look at receiver, going to need to look at safety. There are some pretty good receiver options, safeties. There's maybe one that it could be starter quality. So not seeing a lot there. Corner is another one, just because Kyle Fuller is a bit older, isn't a long-term solution for us. And with some of the play that we've seen from Cameron Dantzler during the preseason, he played very well out at the outside corner spot. We're going to check down here to Chark, get about 13 yards on that first down play. Okay, he played pretty well, so that gives us flexibility in the type of corner that we can look for, whether it's going to be an outside guy or an inside slot kind of guy. Unfortunately, another flag here, but a good run there by Cordero. Really fought for the first down. That's going to be on DeCastro. Going to back us up. The one positive, though, I will say for DeCastro on that play, it's only a 1st and 15, so the holding was 5 yards downfield, which means he had some pretty good blocks set up. Try to roll out here, try to see if we could get anything to break open. At least we'll get close to the first down. Going to get back the yards that we lost on the holding play there and come back with a run. That was a nice job by Saunders. Didn't force anything, waited for something to open up. Try to get to the outside here with Cordero. Unfortunately, not as fast as he once was, but sets us up for a 3rd and short, 3rd and medium, depending on what your opinion is on what is what there. And we're going to try something here. That could have been bad. Oh, could have also been really good. I was hoping we would be able to throw that a little bit deeper there for Jefferson, but I don't know if he got hit when he threw it, but that ball ended up coming up actually a bit short. So good job there by us to make sure that ball at least hit the ground, but Thielen almost caught it off the tip. Some other positions that we'll be keeping an eye out for, kind of varies depending on who's available at what time and if we're going to actually end up targeting them, as we get a quick tackle there at least from Kendricks. But that is one of the positions that we're still looking at. Linebacker, we got some good depth. They might be able to develop into a starter in the future. Alex Brooks has shown, actually both of them, Brooks and Hilton, showed pretty good promise in the preseason. So they could very well develop into a starter for us, but there's 3 linebacking spots, at least when we go down into the base. So I'd like to have 3 quality guys at linebacker. We're missing that third, at least in guys that we're currently developing. As Eric Kendricks gets older, Harrison Smith also getting older, and not quite sure when some of these guys are going to retire. I believe at this point Harrison Smith is 33, either 32, he's 32 to 34. I can't remember exactly, but he could be retiring soon as we get another sack from Graves, his second of the day, second of the year. Way to go, young blood. And the reason that we brought in Graves is because, one, we needed another defensive tackle, but he had really good stats to start off with in terms of rushing the passer from the interior, which is something we lacked consistency with last year. Obviously, Pierce and Tomlinson did get sacks last year, but it was just inconsistent and wasn't reliable. Of course, as we've seen this year, this is the first game where he's gotten sacks, and as you can see at the bottom of the screen now, 2 sacks on the season, which means they've all come in this game. But he's a young guy. I want to say 22 years old. In fact, I think everyone we drafted from the previous draft was 22 years old. So many years ahead of him to really progress, and he had off the get-go, as not sure, they're going to say Flanagan got his foot in, or both feet in. I wasn't sure about one. I know he got 1 foot, but that second one, wasn't sure. They said it was in. And no one's challenging it, so good job there, Flanagan. Time ticking down here before the 2-minute warning. We're going to snap it 1 second before it hits. Try to hit the hole, and Wongwu seemed a little slow on that play. But the 2-minute warning here, he'll be able to catch his breath. But yeah, Graves, he's young. That's what we were talking about before. He's young. He has plenty of potential to grow and get even better than he currently is. Had a chance I could have taken there, but I didn't want to risk it too much. Going to scramble here, get down to the 20 and out of bounds, or 25 and out of bounds. Yeah, so nice to see him progressing. We have some other guys that are young that are progressing well as well. A lot of wells there. We're going to try it. Come on. Nice catch there, Patterson. I wanted it to be a touchdown, but hey, I'll take the big chunk play. And just because I would love for him to get a touchdown against his former team, also with a former team, try to hand it off to him, and that went nowhere. Deion Jones gets the tackle in the backfield. Loss of, I think, 3 or 4. Instead, let's go for some slants here, and we'll swing out Patterson, see if he could get himself open, but not going to force it to him. Going to step up with Saunders. He's going to scramble for it and get into the end zone. Just under a minute left in this game, and we're going to go up 14-7, hopefully with a made extra point. Another position to consider as well on the defense is defensive line, whether it's interior or on the outside, providing edge rush. A lot of opportunity to look at. I mean, we're looking at all levels. Like I said, it's really just dependent on what all is available, who's available at what time. We're taking the top, no matter kind of really what comes. I have to consider a little bit of team needs, but we're looking everywhere. And the reason we would look at interior defensive line is Michael Pierce is getting a bit older. We would rather be ahead of the curve on a replacement of someone rather than behind. So if it happens 1 year early, that's better than 1 year late. As looks like Falcons are going to start running a bit of a hurry up. And then in terms of, as they get a decent dump off there on the angle route. Yeah, then the reason we're looking at the outside, we could use depth, but also want him contract year. We really want to see how well he does this year in terms of if you want to give him a extension. He's played decently well for us. For his overall, doesn't play bad as that tackle is in bounds and should end up running out the clock. They don't have any timeouts left. and they will not get it off. We will head into halftime up 14-7, and we'll continue talking about some scouting when we get back. And as the team heads into the locker room, quick update on the stats of the game. We're leading in all categories, tied in takeaways. But yeah, so far they've had 7 rushing yards. So the defensive running defense, whatever. We're doing a good job stopping the running game. Looking at some rivalry matches. Bears up big 28-7 with about a minute left in the first quarter. Really been all Bears there. Not so much to really look at for the Lions. Over on the northeast coast, or a little bit off the coast, but Washington and Philadelphia. Philadelphia up 14-3, going into halftime, about 36 seconds left. And then the Bees. We have the Bengals and Baltimore, or Bengals and Ravens. Yeah, whatever. Bengals up 10-zip, about a minute left before halftime there. And good thing for us, we'll be getting the ball to start the second half, so have the ability or opportunity, better term, to use there to extend our league here. League is, I think, what I said. I'm going to say lead. I don't know. We're going to extend something, or at least that'll be the goal of the drive. We're going to start off here with a handoff down the middle. They get a nice block shed there on Cleveland, which does bring up some more draft talk. We need to look at offensive linemen as well. Going to make a slight adjustment to Chark's route. Just have that extended towards the line to gain. We're going to go for Jefferson, though. Tight coverage. He holds on to it. And for just a little mix-up here, do something new. Keep the defense on their feet. We're going to go for hurry up. We get nice blocking up front. You're going to get about 9 yards on that carry. But yeah, offensive line. We need to take a look at it for a couple different reasons. We've had some injuries up front this year. With Darisaw, he's missed majority of the season. Clayton has played decently well, at least taking his place. He's more of a pass blocker, really doesn't provide much run blocking, which kind of went to show there on that last play. We didn't get very good run blocking on that left-hand side, but we do get the first down here with Nwangwu. Besides injuries, Cleveland, his contract is up after this year. He didn't start for us last year. We ended up starting our rookie Dalton, and as we're going to get sacked there, never quite found someone open. That was a drawn-out play, but they get the sack, loss of 6 on first down. Yeah, so Cleveland's contract is up. He's younger, but again, he's really a one-sided kind of guy. He's a run blocker, not much of a pass blocker. So we're going to go underneath. Thielen gets the grab, gets about, 8 on 3rd and 8. Going to continue to do what works for us. Going to come out in the slants. I'm going to send Patterson on a wheel just to see if he just happens to get open. Didn't like the setup there. Just going to end up scrambling, getting the first down, sliding down with Saunders, trying to play smart with him as much as we can. And then the other guard spot, DeCastro. He's getting up there in age. Again, I think that he's another guy that's around 20, or not 20, I wish he was 20-something, around 33. We're going to fumble here, apparently. I told him to slide, but the game didn't let me slide, and Deion Jones picks up the fumble. It's going to happen every now and then. A bit too close to the guy. It ended up triggering the animation before I could get the slide in. As you see there, started to slide, but they got the hit in. But yeah, DeCastro is getting up in age. I believe 33 at this point. He's a balanced guard, so if he doesn't really regress much, we might end up bringing him back. As nice pick there, Jimmy Ward. Not going to get much after the pick, but we're going to get the ball right back for our offense. And of course, after a turnover, I always like to go for a big play on offense, just because the defense is usually tired, not as hyped up as they were before. Oh, come on. How high did that guy jump? Because I was going for Thielen there, who was about 10 yards behind him. Man, that guy went super. That was like the old, not the old, but technically the newest NCAA football game where the linebackers were superhuman. I mean, look at that vertical. Man. I thought that was a smart play by me. Nice job by, it was Thurston, I think it said, right? Man. 3 plays, all back-to-back, all of them turnovers. That's what happens when you're playing in a game against Sam Darnold, right? But, DeCastro, getting older if he doesn't regress much. Good hit there by Fuller, kind of stunned the receiver, and then he fell down. Yeah, so need to look at both guard spots because they might need to be replaced. Also need to see what is in the free agency market, as that's going to be a late hit on the quarterback. They break one tackle. Jimmy Ward brings him down, but they're going to be at least to the 30-something. Just kidding about the 30-something. They tacked on the 15 to the end of the play. So, down to the 17. We're going to go right back at them. We don't get them that time. Nice pickup by the running back as they get the completion. Over to Pitts. Gain of about 6 there on the first down. But yeah, also, let me know in the comment section down below if you guys have found this. Good hit there by Joyner. Doesn't force a fumble, but they're down to the 3. But yeah, have you guys found that really the best group for offensive linemen in the draft has been center? Nice stop there by Michael Pierce, and that's why we have him. He's our big boy in the middle, all 340 pounds. Yeah, I found center has just been the best group to really scout. I really haven't found much in terms of guards or tackles anywhere, as they're going to squeak in with their fullback. They say they crossed the plane before he got hit back. Going to tie this game up 14-14 at about the end of the third quarter. And another position that I normally find some pretty intriguing guys, especially late, is tight end. I mean, you've seen the tight ends I've drafted, as we almost broke a tackle there by within Wonghu, but they do get the tackle in the backfield. Loss of 3 on first down. But, I mean, you've seen the tight ends that I've drafted. Flanagan, superstar guy. We picked him up, I want to say, in the 3rd round. So a lot of guys available late. We're going to try to throw this away, and we do get it out before they get the sack. And then we also found Lucas, who is a really good run blocker. We got him in, I think, the 6th, maybe even 7th round. So a lot of potential, as that was a bad pass. That was really bad. Jefferson gets the tackle, and the Falcons will take over at the 48. You could tell on that play Saunders just got rattled. 3rd and long, forced to play, and they end up getting the interception. Basically just turned into an arm punt on 3rd down there. They're going to run down the middle, get a gain of about 3 yards. Ridgeway. Feel like that might be a rookie that was drafted at some point. Or not necessarily a rookie, but a Madden created player. Also might be real-life player. The name sounds vaguely familiar. Nice pass break up there by Harrison Smith on the slant routes. But yeah, a lot of talk about scouting. Of course, we'll talk about the individual players themselves next episode. But yeah, we're just really looking all over to make sure we get younger while maintaining skill and ability. We end up getting the tackle there, preventing the first down. Going to bring up a 4th and inches from the 38. Most likely will be a field goal attempt. Also, one player I completely glossed over, Young-Ho Koo. Another former player of the Falcons now on our roster, as that kick was awful, and they probably wish that they paid Koo. Luckily for us, no damage after the interception, and they're playing a prevent defense. We're going to just run a draw play. Patterson gets a gain of about 14 yards as another timeout for injury timeout for Atlanta. Looks like one of their players gets up a bit slowly. They had another guy on the field goal attempt who also came up a bit slow. And unfortunately for them, that was Snowden that was the injured Falcon there, and he is heading into the locker room. So could be a serious injury there. We're going to go for Chark on that slant route. Going to get a big gain there, a gain of about 19. Maybe more. I can't remember what side of the 50 we were on. Yeah, big chunk there. They're playing some deep safety, so probably wouldn't be going for the one-on-one with Jefferson. I'm just going to end up scrambling here, slide down, avoid the fumble, and just get the yards. I'm also going to start draining the clock a little bit. Getting towards the end here of the game, and it's tied, so I would like to get some points on the board and limit the amount of time they have left. And for the first time today, let's go with a handoff for C.J. Ham. In the Ham formation, 3rd and 2. He normally gets the job done for us, and he gets the job done here. Doesn't get much after the first down, but gets enough. And now that we've worn down the defense a bit, let's bring in Freeman. First game back after his injury, so Be good to play him against some more tired defensive. Try to keep him healthy. He gets gain of 5 on first down. And now they're switching over to a strip ball aggressive style of defense. So need to make sure we hold on to it. Nice hit there from 54. Gain of a few there on the second down carry. And on 3rd and 3, I would like to stretch this out with all of our tight ends as we hit the 2-minute warning. So we will continue after the 2-minute warning. Yeah, like I said, I would like to stretch this out, maybe hit the first cutback lane if there's one available. We have Nwangwu's speed. Gonna need to try to end up not getting much there. And this brings up a questionable call as they're now calling their first timeouts. We spent years behind Mike Zimmer, who didn't go for it in these very competitive downs. We're going to go for it on 4th and 1. It's short. We're going to hand it off to Ham down the middle. He gets the first down and into the end zone. Going to give us a touchdown lead as this game closes into a wrap. Only a minute 54 seconds, so not a whole lot of time. We've gotten Atlanta to at least use one timeout, so they only have 2 left. Good position for us so far. And of course, it wouldn't be a Vikings game this season if it wasn't a close one. I feel like all but maybe 1 win and 1 loss has been close. And obviously that 1 loss was nowhere near close. So we'll at least continue that trend of close games. And all we need is our defense to just play smart. Let's get some pressure on the quarterback, knock away the contested passes, and pick off the ones that are just sitting wide open. Nice play design there for the Falcons. Going to get them all the way down to the 45. In that case, we're going to switch over to some man coverage. Make sure we have at least 1 guy on every receiver. Interesting tackle there from Dantzler, but hey, we'll take it. Also going to try to apply a little bit more pressure. Come in here with the double A gap blitz. We get the inside release from Daniil, but we trip on a blade of grass with Denzel Ward, and Pitt's still going down to the 19. Well, that risky play there didn't work in our favor. I'm going to go back to the man coverage. Get the tackle quickly after the catch. They still have 2 timeouts left. Down to the 12. About 30 seconds left in the game. At least on the game clock. And that's going to be a touchdown. Whiffed tackle. Not sure if that was Smith or if that was Kendricks, but they got all the way down the field without needing to use a timeout. And now we have 30 seconds left to go down the field and at least get a field goal, which would be fitting. Q getting his own revenge. Now, we've been in this position many times before. Looks like they're going to be bringing the blitz off the edge with the guy over the top of Osborne. Going to shift our line to that side. We end up dropping him out, but they leave Osborne open. He's down the middle. Might not even need the field goal team. Osborne sprinting away, dives into the end zone. 1 play, we retake the lead. Going to give us a nice boost there, or at least in confidence. Hopefully the defense can last at least 20 seconds. Going to put us up 28-21. And Osborne has just been so dangerous in that slot position for us this year, especially on those seam routes. Come up big time and time again. Might mean that we do need to give him a contract extension. Of course, we'd like to get a bit younger, as he's going to be, I think, 28. Might be maybe 27, but he is an older guy. I believe he was drafted when he was 23, 24, so didn't have a whole lot of age underneath him to get better. So we're going to try to force something here and at least knock it away. That could have been an easy one for the Falcons to just pick up after the tip. Going to apply the pressure, at least press them, try to throw off the timing, see if any of our rushers can get home. We're going to protect that left-hand side. They go for the corner. Almost picked off by a couple guys. 1 second left. 4th and game here for the Atlanta Falcons. And to stay back here with Harris. Protect that right/left side. Technically, it's both correct, no matter what way. And Jimmy Ward's second pick of the game ends this one. We had a bit of a barn burner here at the end, but we get the victory 28-21. And some sweet revenge for us today as we led almost all categories, but once again lost that turnover battle. It's one thing we definitely need to work on, I need to work on. But 21 total rushing yards for the Atlanta Falcons. Defense did a great job there. They were strictly a passing team, and it worked well for them at the end of the game. but they just didn't have enough time. We ended up getting the victory. Decent game from Saunders, but did have 3 turnovers on the day. And here we are, week 10, so that bye week where we will be going through and doing that scouting special at the beginning of the next episode. We are 8-1 on the season, have had a... Honestly, this year is very similar to the last real-life Vikings season where there's been a bunch of close games. Luckily for us this year, at least not real life, but in this series this year, they've been in our favor. We had one really bad game blown out by Kansas City. Had another close game after that, but then had the big comeback, and then we beat Dallas. We just had another close game against the Falcons. Got some revenge there from last season's loss to them. We are still up in the NFC North, still have that 2-game lead. The looks like actually now a series of NFC North matchups are to come in not next episode, but the week after, or not the week after, technically the week after that. Not next episode, but the episode after that will be the big rivalry game, Packers Week 12. It'll be at home, so would love to get the jump up on that game. Seahawks, though, that's the first worry. The Vikings always have some interesting games against the Seahawks. Most have not been in our favor, but in this series, we did have that win against them last year in the NFC Championship. So big win there. They're probably going to be looking for their revenge, so we need to make sure we win that game. But yeah, a lot to come, so make sure you guys are sticking around. Hit that subscription button down below. Hit that bell notification to be notified of when I post these. You can also follow me on Twitter. I always tweet out when these are posted, at least as closely as I can to when they go live. They are posted every Thursday, Saturday, and Monday at 12:30 Pacific time. So Central Time Zone would be about 2:30. Eastern Time Zone would be 3:30. So depending on where you are at, those are roughly the time zones or times of which they are going live. Again, every Thursday, Saturday, and Monday. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And if you are enjoying, make sure you leave a comment down below or at least hit that like button. Helps YouTube. Also helps me. Lets me know that you guys are enjoying these as I'm enjoying bringing these to you guys. But yeah, until next time, hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you later. Bye.